Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and today's video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make your own herbal syrups. And it's very simple. You don't have to know anything about herbs. I've got some tricks for you so that you can bring some elements of natural medicine to your family without having to have a super big knowledge of herbal medicines. So cold and flu season is coming up, and we have 7 kids that live here in this house, and so usually when one person gets sick, it travels to everyone, and we even sometimes get it a second time. So over the years, I have learned a few ways to implement natural medicine into my house, and I just want to make this video to share some of those tips with you. So there are a few ways that you can deliver herbal medicine to someone. You could give them a tea. The constituents of the herbs are delivered well within a tea. And then you can make an infusion, which is, it's like a stronger tea. Basically, you would put the tea bags into a container with the water, and you would cover it. And you would leave it for about 20 to 30 minutes, and that will pull out more constituents and make it a little bit stronger. If you've ever left your tea bag in a teacup, you probably know what I'm talking about. It will get a little, bolder in flavor, and that's because it's drawing out those constituents. And then you can make a decoction, which is what I'm going to be showing you today. So typically a decoction is made with the root part of a plant, but you can also do it with any part of the plant. And basically it's just a reduction of a tea infusion. So you're reducing it down by half and evaporating that water out, and it's making that infusion even stronger. So, and then of course also you could make a tincture, and that's basically just an alcohol extract of the herb. So depending on what your motive is, you would determine whether you would want an alcohol extract or a decoction. And when you're pulling those constituents out for herbal syrups, it's best to do a decoction. So that's what I'm going to show you how to make here. And all you're going to need is a pot with about 2 cups of water. So this will reduce by half by the time that we're done. And then you'll just need a container of whatever jar that you want to put your syrup in. I got these little jars at Walmart for like $5. I got like a set of 4 of them. So I'm going to be putting my herbal syrups in there, and they last about 3 to 4 weeks in the fridge. And so I'm going to be making 2 today. I'm going to be doing a herbal respiratory syrup, which is my simple trick to making this super easy so you can make your own and not spend a fortune on natural products in the store, is to use teas. Because teas are already formulated for that specific ailment, you don't have to do any of the work. It's already done for you, which makes it super easy. And so I have this tea here called Breathe Deep. And then I also have the Honey Lemon Throat Comfort. So I'm going to combine the two to make my decoction for cough and sore throat. And so these contain herbs that are all laid out for me, like slippery elm bark. So slippery elm bark is really great for sore throat. It contains something that's called mucilage, which is like a slimy substance that the plant naturally has. And so that's going to be a nice throat soother as well. And so like I said, these are already formulated for you, and that's why I think that they're best to use. And then in the Breathe Deep, there's things like eucalyptus and thyme, which can help stop coughing and help you breathe a little bit deeper. And so I'm going to be using those 2 for my respiratory syrup. And then I'm also going to be making a stomach, my own Pepto-Bismol kind of thing, but basically I'm going to be using the Stomach Ease. And then I've also got a probiotic peppermint delight tea. So there are some strains that can of probiotic that can withstand heat. And so if you can find a tea with the probiotics in there like that, it's just going to add a boost of immune support to your decoction. So I'm going to be using both of those for my stomach And then there's things in here like licorice, ginger, peppermint, fennel. And all those things are really good for your soothing an upset stomach. And so, like I said, with the probiotics, that really helps as well. So both of these I'm going to make. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out about, I would say about 5 packs of each tea type that you want to use. And then of course I'm going to be doing 2. So I have 5 of the probiotic peppermint and I have 5 of the stomach ease. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the tea, and because I don't need to extract the chemicals from this kind of tea bag that we have here, I'm going to just open this up and I'm going to pour the herbs directly into my water. So you're going to do that with each of the tea bags that you want to use. So you should have 10 tea bags all ripped open and into your pot. And then what you're going to do is you're going to want to add some sweetener so that it makes it palatable, more palatable for your children. And so what I recommend is this stevia. So I don't recommend any refined sugars into your herbal medicine. So what I'll do is I will put about, I would put about a 1/4 cup of the stevia in there, maybe even half of that, depending on how sweet you wanted to make it. Because stevia is actually 20 times sweeter than regular sugar, it doesn't take very much. And then if you want to, I've done this in the past, add just a few berries in there, some frozen fruit, like a cup of frozen fruit, and then you're getting all of those antioxidants as well, and you're adding a natural flavor to your decoction. So again, you just, you know, take about 10 tea bags and go ahead and put them in your water, add your sweetener and flavoring of choice, and then what you're going to do is put it on the stove to a boil. And you're very quickly, once it, I'm not a boil, you're going to turn it to about a simmer, because if you heat the herbs too long at too high of a temperature, you're going to kill a lot of the constituents that are in there. So this is something that's going to take, this is a longer process, but it's easy to simmer on the stove. So it maybe should take about an hour to reduce that by half, maybe 35 to 45 minutes, depending on you know, how your oven is or how your stovetop is and how you're doing it. But I wouldn't recommend boiling at for too long, because you don't want to kill the constituents within the herbs themselves. So that's what I do to make my herbal syrups, and I have noticed that they work so much greater than the ones that you buy at the store. Another really good thing that you can do for your sweetener is to add honey, because honey also has antimicrobial properties as well, which are going to, you know, combat those viruses as well. So it's your choice what you want to use, and then I just go ahead and strain it out and funnel it into these, you know, little jar containers, and then keep them in my fridge, and every month I'll make a new batch. And the dosage on that is children, I wouldn't recommend this to children under 2, because if they are allergic to an herb, they're too young to give an antihistamine to. So children between the ages of 2 and 10 would probably take about 1 teaspoon of the decoction every several hours, and then adults, of course, could take, you know, a tablespoon every several hours. So that's the dosage on that as well. And then just a quick tip on what else we do when our kids are sick. We like to give them vitamin C. So these are the natural, gluten-free, non-GMO Yummy Bears vitamin C. So we like to do the vitamin C, and then we also keep in our fridge the refrigerated probiotics to combat those viruses. And then, because everyone needs to stay hydrated during cold and flu season, we like to use this Ultima powder. I've talked about it plenty of times before, but it's just a natural version of Gatorade. So it has all of your electrolytes in there, and there's not all the sugars and junk that is, you know, typically found in Gatorades. And so we like to use that. And like this also has, 110% of your daily value of vitamin C as well. So those are the things that we use for cold and flu season. If you have any tips or natural tricks for what else to add for natural cold and flu season, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. And as always, thanks for joining my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.